Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking Shit Tuesday coming at you on a Christmas Eve. That's right, Christmas Eve. We're not going to be around tomorrow, so might as well get the show done today so we can wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Let's be honest, Christmas is for children. If you're a grown-ass man celebrating Christmas, putting hats on, putting sweaters on, and going outside like an absolute retard, your girlfriend is making you do it, or wife. Let's be honest, if you're an actual grown-ass man, you're not doing any of that stuff unless you have kids or a girlfriend that loves to do dumb shit and play dress up. Now it's putting sweaters on. Next step is getting pegged with a dildo. Anyway, today what we're going to talk about is the ZR1 publishing 9-second quarter-mile times. Now, we're going to put that in context because a lot of people, the internet retards, do internet retard things like compared to the Demon, compared to the Demon 170, compared to purpose-built drag cars, compared to the silliest shit ever. And I try to bring the numbers into context because the ZR1 running what it ran based on its configuration is a pretty amazing stat. And we will kind of give you the rundown as to why I think it's a very, very impressive time based on the configuration of the vehicle. Let's be honest. Also, we can delve into the silliness that is record talk. Recently, a female influencer, and I don't like talking about female influencers because, let's be honest, they didn't build the car, they didn't turn a fucking wrench, they didn't do a goddamn thing but be born with ass and tits, and they put them on a car, and people use them to gain notoriety. That's fine. Sex sells. But stop telling me that they're a badass because they go in a straight line. Stop it. So a lot of people were mad that a certain influencer broke a record, but unfortunately the engine that came with the vehicle was not the engine that it broke the record in. We could talk about that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly tells us to do it live.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
It does suck, Mr. Bill O'Reilly. Everything sucks. You know what doesn't suck? DNAP Performance, DNAPperformance.com. DNAP Performance, the online parts house sponsor of the show. Coming at you, bringing some discounted parts. If you're an Amile member, tell him you're an Amile member. He will get you some kind of discount shipping, something, or a cup. Who knows? Check them out. PMAS, Nick James, PMAS, the best cold air on the planet. Today is the last giveaway we do for the year so that we can get reconfigured for the following year. So we're going to do a PMAS giveaway later on. Maybe I'll probably just select somebody and go, fuck the trivia shit. Parts Farm, partsfarm.com. Parts Farm up in Georgia. They were going to hire True Viate, and he's like, fuck that. I don't want anyone breathing down my neck. I do whatever the fuck I want. Partsfarm.com. Auto Solution, we're going to get on to Auto Solution. Feliz Navidad, allá abajo en Puerto Rico. I ain't going. Fuck that. Third world country can keep all that shit to Auto Solution. And Bellac Industries, Bellac, the best wheels. If you want everyone to know you sell drugs, you move that weight, you move that dope, you let everyone know by getting Bellac wheels. Also, we want to thank richprince.com, richprince.com/YDBT. You're going to go there and get your merch for the show if you want to support the kid. Hats, shirts, hoodies, limited edition stuff for the holidays. This print I saw online, some of you guys bought it, and it's fucking baller. I should actually get me a couple of those. And thank you, Rich Prince, for sending me some stickers on the house and a sweater on the house. I appreciate you very much. All the shit there. Look at that. Oh, it's all pretty. And if you want to become a Patreon account member, you have access to me, you have access to all of my content in there, you have access to me directly if you want to talk setup stuff. A lot of people are asking me stuff like, you know, parts to build and parts layout. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the parts that are out there right now that are already, you know, in circulation, that's all you need. You don't need anything above and beyond of what you got going on. A lot of people want to reinvent the wheel, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not looking to reinvent the wheel. Clint Stroke, Joe Swish, Clint Stroke a couple of times, D-Rock Fox, Wellesley Stewart, Nick, Dixon, B. Levesh, Z303, Kemzilla, Andy Ali, Frank Donahue, Dynamite, El Verga Larga said hello, D-Rock Fox, Bryson putting out the stuff, putting out the links. I love you, sir. Josh Emanuel a couple of times, John Bonanno, Dwayne Eldridge Begelos. Check him out on YouTube. Stick shift, badass motherfucker. Ken McAllister, Dwayne Eldridge, Diddy Clips, full volume. Diddy Clips, full volume. We're going to do Diddy Clips all freaking day. So the family hears Two guys having anal sex. Oh, shit. Mark Christensen, Tour D, Clean 93 GT, Arturo Mosilla, Matt Oliver, Joe Jackson, Dustin Garrison, the other Evan Smith, Craig Walls. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for showing up here and saying hello to the people. Appreciate you very much. Phil Fez, Carnage, Terminator, John Lund must have just heard the Diddy clip. Cheryl must be knitting, going, oh my God, what is that sound? What's happening over there? Alex is wild. Chuck, Toxic, Chuck again. Deuce Mocking, Joe Swish, Nick, John, Alfredo Diaz, Redbird, Alex Vallejo, Venom, Mr. Whipple, OEM Sex Bondo, Sam Milan, Tay Speaks, Tolo Motorsports, Merry Christmas, Damien, Joe Swish, Jacob Trujillo, Charles Pipkins, what the fuck? Pipkins, Lex Luthor driving the truck, Mother Trucker, Andrew Martin, B. Turoviate. Holy shit, he finally got the day off from the refinery. Michael Locks, Merck, Lupe, Mike, Z, let's get all the way to the bottom. Connor, Mod Motor, Patrick, Tay, Corsa, Built Boosted, Ashley Fox, the lady, Michael Locks, and Elverga, Larga, and William Belmore. Let's talk about this accomplishment. Maybe you guys don't care, but when you actually think about what the ZR1 just did in terms of a quarter mile time and 0 to 60, and you figure out it's a rear engine or mid-engine rear wheel drive DCT car on pump gas, that's the context we want to talk about. 2025 Chevy Corvette ZR1 can go from 0 to 60 in a claimed 2.3 seconds and the quarter mile in 9.6. That is comparable to Tesla stuff. Why do I say that? I will read. The quickest version of the 25 Corvette ZR1 is equipped with the optional ZTK Performance Package. It includes grip your Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2Rs, front drive planes, underbody strakes added for downforce, a tall gurney flap that attaches to the lip on the hood, and a large rear wing. Without the ZTK setup, the Chevy claims the standard ZR1 needs 2.5 seconds to 60, and it's just a tenth slower in the quarter mile, claimed a 9.7 at 152. Guys, this is quicker than a Bugatti Veyron. It's quicker than a Bugatti Veyron. It's on par on the streets because it says right here, the automaker says these times were recorded in a non-prep drag strip surface. This is street car shit. This is with nannies and traction control on 93 octane pump gas. You could say whatever the fuck you want about Demon. You could say whatever the fuck you want about anything. This is an American car manufacturer that produced a twin turbo dual overhead cam DCT rear engine rear drive car that runs nines, goes 200 plus miles an hour top speed, and 0 to 60 in 2.5 pump gas twin turbo. Say what the fuck you want. Try to go ahead and put negative context on here. This is an amazing feat. You and I both know if Ford was putting stuff out like this, we'd be absolutely double fisting and deep throating the shit out of those times. Once we get our hands on the ZR1, we will have the chance to strap our test equipment to find out for ourselves how quick it is. As things stand, the hybrid all-wheel drive Corvette E-Ray is the quickest vet we've ever tested, hitting 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds. Despite the E-Ray's extra traction, the rear-wheel drive C8 Z06 outfitted with the Z07 pack, we posted a quicker quarter-mile time of 10.5 at 131. The C7 generation Corvette ZR1 with its front-mounted 755 horsepower V8 and a 8-speed automatic hit 60 at 3 seconds and needed 10.8 ticks at 135 to finish the quarter-mile run. While Chevy hasn't yet released pricing for the new Super Vet, we're told that info that released closer to when it enters production sometime next year. We won't be surprised if it starts at $180,000 with some versions exceeding $200,000. We all knew this thing was going to be stupid expensive. We all know that even a C6 Corvette with very low miles in white is chasing $90,000. So this surprises nobody. And the 09 to whatever year C6 ZR1s were $100,000 vehicles, brand new in 09, 10, 11 money. Like a 2011 dollar, that's 13 years ago. That's big money nowadays. If you adjust for inflation, somebody I'm sure can do the math. It's pretty damn amazing. So I think it's an actual amazing feat that Chevy was able to build a twin turbo, rear drive, rear engine, dual overhead cam. Remember when I said a long time ago that the LS fanboys will all of a sudden jump on this thing nuts if they go dual overhead cam? How many of you have been around since the YOLO douchebag days when I made fun of the fact that if Chevy went dual overhead cam, they would blow that thing's nuts nonstop? LSLT guys are nice and quiet right now because they don't want to fucks with the new stuff. But us over here, we love it. We've experienced this for a very long time. So it looks like to me that Chevy built basically a GT350i's Chevy version of the motor, meaning badass cylinder heads, badass cams, independent variable cam timing, dual independent, twin independent variable cam timing. Basically what Coyotes have been doing since 2011. So they put twin turbos in it, low compression, and it makes 1,000 with intercoolers and air to waters and all this stuff. And it runs 9s, 0 to 60 in 2.5, top speed of over 200 plus miles an hour. How the fuck can you hate on that? But the problem is this. Everybody gets on their keyboard and starts going, well, the Demon ran 8s. The Demon that can't stop. The Demon that can't turn. The Demon that only does it on a prepped surface. This supposedly did it on an unprepped surface. That alone is amazing. But for whatever reason, these are the same guys that argue that a Cobra Jet is comparable to a street car. Well, and then they say, Super Snake. Not one motherfucking Super Snake has ever done shit except be flashy and look good at Cars and Coffee. Show me a Super Snake that was delivered to you by Shelby, not Ford, that ran anything worth talking about. Not just none, not one motherfucker. Let me see if I can find it. Do I have it here? I got diarrhea, the stunner. Hey, do I have 4 doors more horse here? Let me see. No, that's not it. That's not it. I gotta find it now. See, now I gotta find it. No, that's not it either. Perspectives, F yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
No, that's not it. That's
not
it.
One motherfucker.
Not one motherfucker.
Not one motherfucker.
So any Shelby guy, any Ford guy that talks about anything can compare to what Chevy put out there. Am I a Chevy nut hugger? No. I saw what Ford was doing. There is now no competition for Ford when it comes to the pony car, sports car market. So they're just chilling, relaxing. So that car is irrelevant to me. The 24 and up Mustang is 100% irrelevant. I don't even want to talk about it. Because a lot of you guys, like parts houses and stuff that promote this car, they only promote it to sell parts. And then when you see the figures, the sales figures, the thing is not even selling as much as the previous 2 years. Hell, they did the GT350 in the last year that it came out is going to severely outsell any 24 or even a 25 GT, because last I checked, the GT350s made really, really great sales. So a lot of people get on there and start talking all this dumb shit about Demon and stuff. Look, take it at face value. None of us are able to afford it. Just like none of us are able to afford the GTD. So the 6 minute lap time at the Nürburgring matters nothing, because nobody is going to take it to Germany and do that. Nobody is going to road race the GTD. It's going to go the way of the GT3 RS. They're going to buy it, hold it for a year, sell it for a $200,000 profit the following year. Ford is not building anything that is going to be usable on the streets. I don't know what happened, but Ford lost its way when it comes to what the customers want when it comes to performance vehicles. They want adjustability. They want a clean blank canvas. But nope, Ford just thinks they know more than you, give certain people certain criteria to play with. They delay the enrichment that kills the catalytic converter, and sasso, there goes your brand new car, because now you don't have access to the best tuning on the planet. Okay, let's talk about records, right? I hate records because it's so subjective. Who owns the quickest GTR on the planet? I'll give you a hint. It doesn't have a VR or whatever the fuck. It's a Hemi V8. Well, it's not a GTR. Why not? What makes it a GTR? The VIN number. The VIN number. But then it's subjective. Now people are going to start saying that Amile Harford running a VR 30, whatever the GTR motor in a 370Z should not be considered a 370Z record. I'm sorry. It looks like a 370Z to me. Nowhere in the records does it say that it has to have the engine that it came with it. Like, it has to have the engine that it came with from the factory in order for it to be an actual record. Really? Really? Is that how it works? What's the quickest Mustang record ever? Like, I'm blown away that a lot of people overthink this stuff. I'll give you a very quick example because it's tribal. It all depends on who you like and who you dislike. The ZR1, the C6 ZR1 quarter mile record is 7.9. 7.9. If I'm not mistaken, it has either a Power Glide or a Turbo 400 conversion on it, 15-inch on the back, skinnies, and it runs a number with, now let's talk about it. Does it have an LS9 in it? Is it a ZR1 record if it doesn't have an LS9? Now, when you guys start saying yes, but then you say Amile Harford's deal is not, you guys lose me. You guys lose me. You guys have to be consistent with your argument. So let's say the record for a C6 ZR1 in the quarter mile is 7.9. And then I put a twin turbo Coyote in my ZR1, put a 400 conversion on it, and run a 7.7. Is that a ZR1 record? See, if you're a fan of mine, yes, of course it is. Alec, it's a ZR1. What's the big deal? And then ZR1 guys will say, no, it doesn't have an LS9 in it. Wait a minute. Most C6 ZR1s that are really Billy Badass fast don't have an LS9 in it. They changed the motor to some LSX shit. They changed to 427 this and this and that and solid roller this and port it. It's not what came in it. So there goes that argument of like the motor that came with it has to be in it in order for that record to be recognized. When you take the LS9 out, put it in aftermarket block, aftermarket crank, change everything over so that it could work, even though it sort of fits, but the block is not an LS9. So now let's talk about that. Is that considered a record? So I really hate the fact that people say, no, it has to come with the car. It's a ZR1. If you have a LSX motor in your C6 ZR1, is it a ZR1? Of course it is. If you own a ZR1 right now and you're popping around town and you got a Billy Badass not Texas Speed, late model motor in it, or whoever, and it's making 1,000 with a ported 2650 at 20 PSI on E85, do you tell people it's a ZR1? Do you say it's a C6 Corvette with a LME motor in it? No, you say it's a ZR1. Your license plate says ZR1. Your license plate says ZR something. It doesn't say late model engine equipped 2650 C6 Corvette. So I think the talk is stupid. I think the record talk is stupid. If somebody wants to claim the quickest, fastest, whatever, cool. I don't care. In my opinion, what makes the car is the VIN number, not the chassis that's in, not the motor that's in it, not the drivetrain that's in it. It's because, let's be honest, if you have a Turbo 400 with a LME motor that's not an LS9 on a C6 ZR1 body, is that even a ZR1? You got to do some thinking about that. We'll talk about that and many more things, and probably do a giveaway a little bit later. Was the ZR1 compared to a Cobra Jet yet? No. Luckily, my algorithm is so good that I go on Facebook just to like stay in touch with like the Lunds. We have a group chat on Lund Racing. I'm sorry, the Lund guys have a group chat on Facebook. We should probably just get rid of that and just do it on the phones because they all have RCS chat. Finally, iPhones got on RCS. And we could just, I would literally never need to go to Facebook, ever. And it's just a dead-ass junk social media that's for grandmas and grandpas or guys that post the following. Vague post. Grown-ass men posting pictures of their gym workout routine. I wouldn't post anything of a gym workout routine unless I was fucking jacked. Like fucking jacked. Steroided up, veins popping out. No. But if you're fat and you're slightly less fat and you want me to be proud of you, cool. Don't post it. Don't post it. Just don't post it. Vague booking about breakups, about dating. Bro, get the my algorithm is so good. I didn't see any arguments about car shit. I don't follow any car related pages. They're all aids. It's just like Lund having the 6R80 record because it only has 3 gears too. It's still a 6R80, so it's still a record. Dude, a guy came up to us during FL2K wanting us to tune him. And then he said, by the way, you don't have a 6R80 in that car. That motherfucker will never be tuned by Lund. Just because of that. Fuck it. The moment I see his name come across this shit, I'm going to go, nah, papa, you're going to go because you're stupid. Micro records are like participation trophies. Merry Christmas, Amory says, clean stroke. The number is the number, period. I remember when Cleater was chasing the stick shift record for Corvettes in Leroy. Exactly. It's a 4-link, trans is up front type shit. Trans tunnel. I mean, I'm like, that's a like, it's so stupid. Mustang James says, Ford had a chance to be the first to have a twin-turbo Mustang, but blew it with the twin-turbo Cobra Jet concept. Okay, there's a reason Ford is the only solvent company, besides Tesla, solvent American car company. Because they go after the bottom line, and the bottom line is sales. And they're going to give you a little piece of shit Maverick truck, then they're going to give you a bigger piece of shit Ranger, and they're going to hang their hat on the F-150 and the Super Duty stuff. The Mustang, the Escape, the Explorer, Explorer does sell well. And you know, but so then they'll give you an ST Explorer that actually tuned is pretty quick. And as far as I can tell, you can tune brand new Explorers, but I'm not sure about the 2024 model Explorer STs because Trackhawks and people that live in the let's race SUV world, you know, they pay attention to that shit. I don't pay attention to that shit at all. But on the sports car front, Ford is not going to give you anything cool. When was the last time Ford gave you anything cool? I'm saying Ford 2020, the 2020 GT500. That's it. Before that, the 2014 GT500. They didn't give you anything cool. The cool stuff came with the aftermarket people, Roush, others alike, that gave you a warranty with their blower. The Gen 2 Roush RS3, in my opinion, is the most Billy Badass S550 ever made, aside from the 2020 GT500. But you can make the case, a 6R80 equipped 2.3 TVS Roush RS3 is a perfect blank canvas to get after it. The nice seats, the nice wheels, the nice suspension, the 6R with the 2.3 TVS. You're a fuel system injectors and a pulley away from running serious times. Mayhem Video says it's subjective to the chassis, like if it's full tube chassis car with no interior, etc. Honda record is a 9295 Civic with a tube LB series engine. 9295 Civic came with anywhere in the world, says El Verga Larga. There's a local here doing Coyote swaps on a Chevelle with a BMW 7-speed DCT. Haven't seen it yet, but thought you would find it interesting. So I highlighted the 8HP stuff just so that you're aware of it. I'm not going to go out of my way to all of a sudden represent 8HP stuff. Like, I'm not one of those guys that's like, hey, we should like check this out and do it. No, I just want to say this is an option. Hit them up about it. Cool. I think the 8HP, a built 8HP is a great transmission. Probably better than the 6R. And the fact that it has an aftermarket controller is very desirable. But then, are you then subject to the people that tune it? Like, who has the access to the tuning of the 8HP aftermarket controller? I'm not sure. So you're subject to their tuning. Maximo says, I'm eating arroz con leche, te vas a cagar. The LS9 has to be built from the ground up, from sleeves, block, aftermarket heads, and all the things. And chances are they run an aftermarket computer to claim a record just to flex. The stock computer, you believe it or not, because it's already boosted and it already references certain things, you don't have to do a lot. When you draw the tune of an LS9 competent tuner, the changes are mostly for drivability. And I had 2 tunes from 2 different companies from my ZR1. One was a guy that helped me initially, Tom, great, just supremely competent, like just very competent. I gave him a description, a video, and a data log, and he would say, I think it's this. I would then tweak that, or he would tweak that, and it was a collective effort. The following tune I got, it was just different. It just had a long delay on the pedal, long delay on the power, and drivability wasn't as good. So at the end of the day, when you look at both of them, It's all about drivability when the enrichment comes in that makes the biggest changes. So I think the stock computer can be definitely used, but you're going to give up a lot in terms of drivability. If you put a Holly in it or a Pro EFI or whatever, I think you can get away with a lot more stuff because the stock computer has its limitations, whereas the Pro EFI Holly stuff has more adjustable parameters that you can probably tweak on, and it's probably a smoother drive. Just had a power bra ad on the channel. They're trying to say something. Facebook is all ads these days. Jack Kennedy, back to the left, says, when is Ford going to learn that their customer care about performance metric that they can replicate on the street or a drag strip, not an irrelevant Nürburgring time that no one will replicate? I love you. I think you're wrong about that. Okay, who is the Mustang's biggest? Who do you think buys Mustangs the most? Racers or old homos that like the allure of having a Mustang? They say the word pony. They say the word Stang. They go to the car show with the placard in the front and literally just lay out the stock specs of the car. Who do you think buys more Mustangs? Racers or normies? Normies, by far. Normies buy Mustangs. Normies want to have a piece of history, not necessarily a clean blank canvas. So for everyone that race, for every one racer, there are 3 homos that go to Cars and Coffee and just park their car out, put a plushie that's the same color as their car on the intake, and sit there and with the big placard in the front that's professionally done at, like, I don't know, Hobby Lobby, you know? Can you laminate this? My wife made this and we're going to laminate it. We'll put it out in front of the car show. Those are the people that buy the Mustang. Merry Christmas, Alex and fellow bachelors. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Ford hasn't made anything cool since 2005. Ford died when they shut down the SVT. The GT350 was the last cool car. 3G500 was a fizzle. Nothing a GT can't do. You're not wrong about that. I was talking to the guy who bought Hush Money's motor. By the way, that thing is kicking ass. The owner owns a couple of really fast cars, and he wants his Fox body to be the fastest car. And I'm like, pulley down. He's like, it's got a 3.5 upper pulley in it. And I said, dude, put a 3.0 in it. I went 8.7s with a 3.0 pulley on my Fairmont. And he's like, really? I go, yep. So he's going to put a 3.0 on it. Hopefully he has enough fuel system. We'll do some data logging, and we'll see if the car gets after it. But I think he's like, you know, that GT500 transmission is just special. And then I kind of had to let him know that it's not that special. It might feel special when you get in a GT500, a 2020 GT500, and you drive around and you hear that thing shift quick. You're like, oh, okay, cool. That thing's badass. And you're paddling left and right. This is amazing. Then you roll race an ESS 10R80 car. Let's say both of you make 20 PSI. I got my money on the ESS car. I got my money on the ESS 10R80 car than the 20 PSI GT500. Because the 10R80 keeps it in the power band. It just has torque multiplication because of the way the transmission is built. It's a lighter car. It's a quicker car. And people don't like hearing that because they go, well, that's impossible. I bought a $100,000 car with a DCT. This has to be the best, right? And then you find out, no, it's not the best. Some kid with a maxed out credit card with an ESS kit, a piece of shit fuel system with relays that are popping every other block. Bring extra relays with your shit. What'd you get? Oh, you got that fuel system? Go to the hardware store and buy extra relays just in case they burn the fuck up. LA Coyote says, hey Alex, what throttle body would you recommend for a GT500 supercharged Gen 1 Mustang? I can make adapter to make it fit the stock one or the GT350 throttle body if it's a Gen 2. You guys need to understand. The only throttle body to me that is worth putting on a car that has a front feed situation and it has to be round is the GT350 throttle body. I don't care about the Ford Racing 90. If you can adapt the Whipple 132, adapt the Whipple 132. But I will tell you, if you need a round one, you just get a round 87 millimeter throttle body from a GT350, or if it's a Gen 3, a bullet throttle body with Gen 3 electronics. I wouldn't try to chase every little horsepower with a throttle body. I was trying to find ADHP transmission controllers the other night, says Yogan Lates. SVT says ButterTeeth is one of those fastest ButterTeeth has one of the fastest GT500 in the world. Exactly. Will there be a possibility that the new S650 Mustang will be tuned? No. And if okay, Dark D1 Arcness, yes, but it's been a year. It's been a year. Alejandro Flores doesn't care about the 24 Mustang. I bought a Gen 3 when they came out. I bought a Gen 2 in 2015. I bought a Gen 1 in 2011. I have had all 3 generations of Coyotes. And 24 Mustang not being tunable puts the nail in the coffin of me ever owning one. And 24 Mustang is a standalone year because 2025 supposedly has a different computer. So now imagine you can't cross flash. The nice thing about having an 11 to 14 Mustang is you can cross flash a lot of the calibrations or load the changes in the current strategy. But you can't do that no more. Because now 24 is its own thing, 25 is its own thing, 18 is its own thing, 19 to 20 is its own thing, 21, 22, 23 is its own thing. So Ford started doing this bullshit of like scrambling stuff and making specific computers for specific generations. So 21 to 23 you can cross flash, 18 can't, 19, 20 you can. It's just, I don't want to buy a Gen 4 Mustang because it's not tunable. So I've had a Gen 1 Mustang. I've had a Gen 2. When we talk Mustang here on this channel, when I say Gen 1 Mustang, I say it's a fucking Coyote. No one ever calls a 60s Mustang a Gen 1 Mustang. No one ever calls the 70s Mustangs a Gen 2 Mustang. No one ever calls the Fox bodies a Gen 3 Mustang. No one ever calls the SNs or anything like that a Gen 4 Mustang. They just don't. So shut the fuck up. When I say Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, I'm talking Coyote stuff. A bunch of Stang modes, buy Stangs, boomers, one trick pony, 50 a year. Drop a like, I'll catch a replay later. I appreciate your hard work, says Brooklyn Guy. Your channel is second to none. It's second to many. I don't make the money. Look, you're starting to notice that a lot of the fan base, like, for example, what happened with Donut Media. See, you guys, not you guys, the vast majority of you understood where I was coming from. If Donut Media has 8 million subscribers, I guarantee somebody's going to believe the shit that they did with Mustang. And we'll hear about it in the ticket system. But then the people that they brought in to outline the build, their following is growing up. So the Dude in Blues guys are now 23, 24, and they don't believe him anymore. And he's just still stuck reviewing JDM cars and like giving you schmedium information on Mustangs. When I literally bathe in this information every day for 8 hours a day. So I try to give you guys whatever information I know. And I talk to Jake all the time, so I know what's happening in the swap market. But you're starting to see a lot of people have an issue retaining their customers or their viewers because now the shit that attracted a 13, 14-year-old doesn't attract a 21, 22-year-old. They're like, I used to like this guy a lot, but he's a fucking pussy. And after listening to Alex's channel, I don't believe anything he says anymore. What data do you get when you draw a file from a car? The stock tune. Why is Ford offering performance tuning with a ProCal tuner, dealership tune, warranty for 2025 Ranger Raptors and others, but not Mustangs? Weird, they're missing out on money. They're not missing out on money. What they're doing is pretty smart. Boosted vehicles from the factory. You can just up the boost a little bit, right? That's easy power. The problem is you have to be careful how much boost you give it because you're going to start messing with IAT issues and then mechanical limits of the engine. The EcoBoost motor is made very cheaply. The early EcoBoost Mustang rods were $20 each. So what happens when you have a very small turbo that spools up real fast and an engine that does not rev high, and then you shove in a bunch of boost down low? You bend rods. So a lot of people were bending rods initially when they were tuning these cars and giving a bunch of boost. Hell, Lund Racing famously dumped the contents of an EcoBoost motor right on the track on a burnout because it makes a lot of torque. So it just bent the rods and it just spit it out the bottom, sent it to L&M, got it built, made the car happy, sold it, got it out of our lives because it's an EcoBoost Mustang. So on a Raptor, Ranger, whatever, you can just add a PSI or two and have a 20 to 30 horsepower bump, and you get the $800, upsell of the Raptor, of the Pro Cal tuner. It's just normies essentially wearing the equivalent of a biker jacket to look cool and be part of the racer crowd. Just switch the exhaust on my car to quiet it down. Dude, does nobody know how to spell quiet? Quite. You spelled quite. Quiet is not spelled like that. Do you think quiet is spelled like that? Quiet. I'm not 16. People ask me why you want to be quiet. No, how do you misspell it? And then, oh my God, he spelled it. You spelled it both ways in the same sentence. I can't. I fucking can't, bro. I can't. Bullet manifold and a throttle body on my car. Shit, hopefully I'm still alive when Gen 4 is tunable. Turbo milk for 8 horsepower controller. A buddy of mine sent me a photo the other day of a customized plate on an SF50 that said 7,000 RPM. That's a prime example of the normies. Chuck Wozorinsky says, there's so much drag in that GT500 Trant, it's not even funny. Put one in neutral and try pushing it, and then the drive shaft, and take the drive shaft out and push it. I agree. S650 are just good for daily driving. As anything is good for daily driving. Why the fuck's an S650 good for daily driving? Is hot rodding dead for Ford for the foreseeable future? Well, if you're okay with a Whipple supercharger, hopefully enrichment is set up properly. Boy, that video pissed off so many people, and I love it because, look, I guess a lot of people don't like, look, sunlight is the best disinfectant. When you bring things out into the light, it can get seen and then things get cleaned up. So people that simply try to warn their customers, hey, the stock Whipple tune, and it's not a Ford tune, the Whipple tune, might be dangerous. So in terms of hot rodding, what is hot rodding to you? What's hot rodding? Hot rodding used to mean you take your heads out like Fox body. If you're a Fox body guy, what's hot rodding? Right? Port your E7 heads, 1.6 rockers, throttle body, cold air upgrade, CNL, with the little tube that's configured for the stock injectors, short belt, headers. So, and then take the heads out, put them trick full of twisted wedge, 1.6 rockers, it's TFS stage, top end package, 1, 2, 3, upper and lower plenum, 60 something millimeter throttle body, that's hot rodding. Others, hot rodding is an airlift kit, wheels, tires, stancing your car. That's to them is what hot rodding is. To me, hot rodding is let's go fast, whether it's on a roll or a drag strip. That's hot rodding to me. Let's go fast. Zero body modifications, mostly suspension. Optimize the vehicle for racing. So the 24 Mustang, you could buy RTR shit. You could buy Roush shit. You could buy exhaust. You could buy wheels, tires. You could put headers on it. You could go to Alibaba and get some mill eliminators for it. Hell, cat deletes from Temu, right? And then you can go, okay, well, I'm hot rodding. Or you could buy a $11,000 to $12,000 Whipple kit, put it on the car, and you can go, according to many, well into the 10s, 9s, and some have been 8s max effort. So what is hot rodding to you? The Tony the Truck Guy, thank you so much, says, Gantry Crane Recovery Fund. Dropping a like and catch you the replay. Merry Christmas, Alex and Emery. Jake saw the crane setup and he went, I get it. See, a lot of people, okay, my brain works a lot different than most. So people are like, why the fuck are you getting a gantry crane? Then they see it, they go, oh. When I thought about Coyote swapping the Corvette, everyone was like, that's fucking stupid. You're just cloud chasing. I'm like, no, I see things that I think makes it viable. Then Jake comes over, sees it. He goes, you're right. Now we have to make some change. And you know what Jake was started? He's like, you got to get rid of that brake booster. We got to bring the motor over. So Jake is all in. And that's what I need. I need people to see my vision and understand my vision. saying it is one thing, seeing it is another. So you have to see it in person to understand where I'm coming from, to be able to be on board with the vision, because you can be a part of something that could be pretty special. Now, maybe not be the most phenomenal thing on the planet. I just want to be able to have access to the tuning, because the LS9, the tuning, the stock computer LS9 shit was just retarded. No wide bands. I'm not a fan. So now I have the best up-to-date supercharger technology, because it's going to be supercharged. I have a very modern motor that is supported, and it's now coming into its own. The Coyote motor is now becoming so mainstream that it is undeniable, its performance and its potential. You're going to start seeing in the next year or two billet heads, billet blocks, higher cubic inch Coyotes, 5.2, 5.3, maybe 5.4. You're going to start seeing people get after it with the Coyote, because the stock design has been 6.0s or 6.1 and 3s in the 8th. That is top tier. That's top shelf liquor. That's fast as some, Hemi stuff, billet Hemi stuff. So if people start going, well, if we could just make a dry deck situation, billet heads, like make sure nothing shifts, stupid clamping power, 70, 80 pounds of boost in the motherfucker. You don't think this car is going to be a 380, 370 car in the 8th? Exactly what the Billy Badass 481 and this and that and billet Hemi Noonan shit. You'll see. It is going to become so mainstream that people are going to be you cannot deny the performance, and people are going to be all chips in on Coyote. Bet me, in a year or two, everyone's going to be all in on the Coyote. So why wouldn't I want to put a Coyote in a 3,300 pound fucking go-kart? Jake got under the car and he's like, what the fuck is up with those brakes? I go, right? Carbon ceramic, big bitches. He goes, I've never seen calipers so big. And he's under the car tapping underneath. He goes, this car's made out of fiberglass? I go, the whole car's made out of fiberglass. Carbon fenders, carbon hood, carbon top. He's like, fuck. So he gets it now and he's on board. And I loved seeing his face light up after realizing this thing could be special. The social media hot riding tuning is the basis for hot riding. Aesthetics is lame. I get it. Autocorrect is a hell of a convenience sometimes. That was embarrassing. Does anyone need some last minute Christmas gifts? I have some leftover. Baby Oil says P. Diddy's Ford Navigator. We'll see what we want. Hot rod and sales will be affected in 24 on. Alex needs another channel to teach y'all how to spell. Google does. Well, we had a 50-50 shot of getting it right. He took both options. Ooh, the Fox body days. Been there, done that. Whiteboard series, except this time it's grammar. Make it light, add horsepower. Right. Make it light, add horsepower is the basic tenets of hot rodding for us. And let's be honest, guys, Gen Z ain't driving that much. Zoomers ain't driving that much. Like, I think the cars are geared towards Gen Xers, myself, and millennials. And millennials literally still live with their mom. Like 30-something-year-olds still live with their mom. Or they just didn't get out there and get after it. Maybe they're a little delayed, and maybe by the time they're 50, they'll have a little bit of money. But Gen Xers went to work at 16 years old, 15 years old. Gen Xers immediately got their learner's permit the day they could. 15 years old, got your learner's permit. 16 and a half in Massachusetts back in like 1995. You could get your driver's license. And I was out of the house, had a job, had an apartment at 17 years old. I'm living on my own. I think the economy, especially for the hot rodder, just changed. So who likes modern Mustangs, right? They're gearing it towards the younger crowd. They have a drift stick in it. Drifters build shit cars with LSs in them. Drifters don't have enough money to buy a $60,000 car you can't tune. People like, what's the guy, the RTR guy? I forget his name. He's like, oh, look at this thing. Yeah, that's a $75,000 car after it's all optioned out. Do you think a guy that's into drifting can afford a $75,000 car? More likely not. They probably would build their own drift car. You think I want to spend $75,000 and slide in my brand new $75,000 car? The fuck out of here. Hell no. Merry Christmas, Amory, says 508 Josh. Thank you so much. I feel the ZR1 Coyote swap will be the thing that puts you in the influencer area, milli sub 500 views. No, glass roof Coyote, I'm going to be honest with you. No one cares. You got to understand, like, if you sell it like an influencer, you'll get the subs and views. If you sell it as a better engine, better tuning, better intercooling, better performance, you will get haters. You ruined it. You're an asshole. And I don't have the face of someone that you would like. I look a little threatening. I'm a kind of a bigger guy. I'm bald. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm a little on the brown side. So they're probably like, fuck that guy. Now, if I was a young guy, it's like, hey, what's going on, guys? Look at this. And then, did all the emotes and the craziness. And, hey, whoa, what you look at this. Whoa. If you do that stuff, you'll get the big sub stuff. I'm not willing to do gay shit like that. So I'm just going to get hate. And I'm going to ride that hate train all the way to the bank. Fuck it. I don't mind being the heel. Imagine a 5.8-liter Mustang in the future with the name The Boss for 351. Yeah, I saw some companies sharing aftermarket head design, says Edo Martinez. Now, the problem with that is this. Has there been an issue with cylinder heads? Has there been an issue? Like the GT350 cylinder head, shout out to Head Games. Head Games made a comparison video of the K24 head versus a Voodoo head. Head Games. And he's like, it wasn't even close. It was a massacre. Where's the Head Games' YouTube channel? Shout out to him. I like him. He's a good guy. There you go. Flow Test Showdown. Let me see if they have one with the 350 cylinder head. Videos. Give Head Games Motorwork. I am subscribed to them, so I can't talk that shit. I am subscribed to Head Games Motorworks. Honda K Series Flow Tech Showdown. Which cylinder head will win? So let's just get to the end where he basically confirms what we all knew, that the Voodoo head is just King Daddy.
All over that.
There you go. Listen to this guy.
You can see.
Okay, he flowed. He'll give you the details. K Series versus a Voodoo head. Oh, you dumb son of a bitch, Alex. There you go.
All right, so you can see by looking at the chart that the Voodoo just stomped all over that K Series from the crack of the valve all the way through the range. Now, we did not flow the K Series over 500 lift. And the 4B11, we kept that to 500 lift. This, we flowed up to 600, but those numbers, we're not going to pay attention to them because really, it just outflowed everywhere. 40 numbers down low, 20 numbers up high. Now, I was not expecting it to be that drastic, but we're comparing a not ported head to a ported head. Could a K-Series ported and big enough, and you can run the same size valve, I think some people do, would it compare that way? Maybe, but that wasn't the question, and that's not what we're going to answer today. It was a massacre. It was an absolute massacre seeing these two together, and I guess all the fans were right. This thing, I was mistaken, not the top dog. Voodoo for number one, or is it really?
I like that.
So we're going to throw another couple in here. We're going to go into the Nissan crowd, and maybe you guys can comment below. Tell me what you're going to see. What do you want to see against the Voodoo? I'm thinking VQ35. Maybe we'll do VQ35 versus VR38. I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you want to see versus? There has to be something that we have. I can say yes or no on the comments.
So the only thing I think that's going to compare to the Voodoo stuff, ported for ported, stock for stock, it is going to be GTR stuff. It's just phenomenal. I'm not a hater. I understand where the Mustang stands, and the fact that a Ford Voodoo cylinder head is being mentioned in the same breath as GTR stuff, no problem. But I think the Voodoo is going to not only punch way above its weight class, I think it's going to be comparable because in my opinion, a GTR is a 6-cylinder Coyote. At max effort, they make similar power curves, they flow similar numbers, they both have twin independent variable cam timing. I think that those two motors are very closely resembling each other, but I think the Voodoo has a bit of an edge stock for stock. Ported though, that's a completely different situation. With all due respect, and it's why I enjoy the channel, very relatable shit. Head Game sounds like a porn site. Alex, you should have way more subscribers. If he just admits he's gay and gets another 100,000 subs, gay for pay. I like it. Plus, not partnering with other influencers but companies. I will never do that. I will never partner up for the sake of partnering up. You will never see me doing an influencer drag race. An influencer that no fucking way. Alex, I live in the Midwest and there's guys drifting $70,000 cars. Well, it is the Midwest. You guys are retarded out there. I'm a Gen Xer. I've been working, meaning paid taxes since I was 15. Rode my bikes to work because I didn't have the license at the time. Born 2002 and I got my license immediately. I had to. Okay, I like it. My Script Garage does almost all information videos and does really well. Hopefully, you get the reach to others. Is there a horsepower limit for Gen 1 heads? I wouldn't say there's a horsepower limit, but this is what I tell people. Call me crazy. Don't take a Gen 1 head and port it. Buy a Gen 2 head or find a Boss 302 head. If you can't find that, you get yourself... Okay, so this is what I would do. Gen 1 head, you want to upgrade, get a Gen 2 head. Gen 2 head, you want to upgrade, you get a Voodoo head. Like, this sending it out and porting the shit out of it, bro, just get a Voodoo head. He gives out fantastic info. If not for everyone, you will learn watching. I got them good head games. Heyo. K-Series is from the early 2000s. What can you expect? No, but I understand. But it's the very comparable design. It's a comparable. I understand. So what's a better comparison? The B series is a comparable. Head games. You could do B series ported versus what's the head on the Cobra? On the 32 valve supercharged Cobra, the Terminator, what cylinder head is that? You can do a B series head ported versus whatever the fuck Cobra head that is. Then you can do a GT500 cylinder head. The Ford supercar GT cylinder heads that like I have. I have a set of those. I don't think I'd give them to you for testing because I think I'm in the middle of selling everything to somebody. So that'd be amazing if I can get that shit out of there. Alex is the Ward Carroll of Automotive. Not sure what that means. Sound clip of that. It was a massacre. Billet Pro Shop sold me a set of 350 heads. L&M crossover cam. 16 GT was rolling out at 8,500 RPMs and still pulling. Sadly, someone pulled out in front of me. And I wrecked all my shit. Adam Griffin says, I'm late, so I heard Amile Harford has reset the Ultima record. That's funny. Can I be Frank says, I think the LT6 will be really good. Slippy Boy Film says, I'd really like to see the V8 S65 from the M3 against the Voodoo. Those motors were very similar as far as design, although the S65 was much smaller displacement. A Billy Badass Coyote is spec'd with OEM parts. LT6, no torque. VQ and VR are very similar to Coyote, just boost and fuel makes great power. Wrong about the VQ in my honest opinion. Very finicky until you get to the HR. Okay, I don't know anything about that shit, so I apologize. I should have just shut the fuck up when it comes to GTR stuff because I don't know a goddamn thing. Careful, Alex. You didn't offend the GTR fanboys saying GTR is a V6 Coyote. They're saying Coyote copied the GTR. I mean, what came first? The K-Series, the GTR motor, the ones we know now, the modern ones, or a Coyote? They're all very similar. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck? I don't think a GTR has gone 6 O's yet. Well, I'm sorry. It's gone. Yes, it has. I think it's gone 5s. Wait. What is his name? Where is it? Yeah, there. Yeah. Here it is. The fastest GTR in the world. It has gone quicker than Brett's car. It's a GTR. It has a GTR VIN number. Okay, enough of that bullshit. I think this is the quickest and fastest GTR on the planet. Well, maybe not that fast. There we go. Would you look at that? Oh, fuck. GTR guys losing their fucking minds. Right now. That's not a GTR. Actually, it is. Boy, that's like a marathon for those cars. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to... Again, what determines the record? It's so subjective, but look, if it's a GTR VIN number, it's a GTR world record. Alex, do you think Ultima sales at 26% APR is the only thing keeping Nissan alive at this point since they stopped selling the GTRs? Well, if I'm not mistaken, Honda and Nissan are merging. Here it is, right here. Honda and Nissan are merging. Honda and Nissan confirm plans to merge into the third largest automaker. The agreement comes as a lifeline for Nissan, which has been struggling financially as sales faltered in recent years. Honda and Nissan confirm plans to merge into the third largest automaker. This agreement was published yesterday. The agreement comes to It's a Christmas miracle for Nissan as the struggling automaker looks to get some financial assistance following a newly confirmed merger with Honda. The two Japanese auto giants, along with Mitsubishi, today confirmed plans to team up. This comes after last week's reports that predicated a merger. If the talks go through, a partnership would create the third largest automaker in the world based on sales volume. The talks arise as Nissan continues to struggle financially. The automaker confirmed last week that it would allow some Infiniti dealerships to merge with nearby Nissan stores in an effort to save on spending. The company has also previously announced its intent to reduce its workforce and restructure corporate layout, while CEO Makoto Uchida reduced his salary by 50%. So, does that mean we're going to see Nissan motors in Honda cars and Honda motors in Nissan cars? I don't know shit about that market. So y'all motherfuckers going to have to fill me in on that shit. Nissan and Honda are in talks to merge. It's Blue Goose's brother, Blue Turkey. John Force has the Mustang record. That's very funny. Again, that's right, but it doesn't have a VIN number. Does it? But okay, you're right. Like if Amelia Harford's record is a record, then John Force's record is a record. Then Mr. Odom's record is a record. Like Brett LaSalle's car. That you think that has anything S197 except the body? Come on, stop it. Stop it. I hope Nissan comes out with a better than they are now. They have been struggling for decades. I thought Mitsubishi was being absorbed along with Nissan and Honda. Personally, I think it's a mistake. Nissan lost the plot about 20 years ago. Mitsubishi makes a good heat pump system. Nissan in the toilet because they put CVT in everything and they explode before 100,000 miles. I can see the car company mergers coming to America. I don't think so. Will you ever see an American car CEO take a 50% pay cut? Absolutely not. It means Nissan gets Honda motors. Honda getting Nissan motors will be a bad idea. That is funny. Commander says, that's funny. That funny car is as much GTR as the Mach-E is Mustang. Okay. Is Brett LaSalle's car a Mustang? Let's go, fanboys. Is it a Mustang? It's a tube chassis car. Double frame rail. It's got a Coyote motor with Voodoo heads and Motec. If it is, then that GTR with a Hemi in it is a GTR. I think it's a Mustang. Or you could say it's a tube chassis with a Mustang body on it. Let's do some critical thinking around here before you start popping off about how that's not a GTR. Brett's car is Mustang inspired. See, Gapfather, you didn't listen to my question. The current car he has, is it a Mustang? Yes or no? D-Rock Fox? Okay, then that GTR is a GTR. The GTR with a Hemi in it is a GTR. Here we go. Copium coming out. Here comes the copium. The Blue Goose is not an S550. The Gray Goose is an S197. It still has 3-link. The front is just tube, but the control arms and everything is all S197 stuff. Basketball people don't hear their chirping smoke detectors. Why would you say that? And why would you say basketball people? Because it sounds like a freshly stolen pair of Jordans chirping on the court. Wow. It's Coyote Power Tube Chassis. I just know it's fast. Right, Edwin Martinez? That's a good one. It's very fast. Now, if you were to tell me, Alex, is that a Mustang? I said, it looks like a Mustang. It's a Mustang body. But then would you say, is it an S197 Mustang? I'll go, it's an S197 body. But it's got a Voodoo headed, Predator blocked, Motect, Plasma manned. I mean, so I would say, sure, it's a Mustang. Just like that GTR is a GTR. Well, that GTR sure as shit ain't a Dodge. That's very good. I like it. Amile learned clothes are more sexy than none. So it's a ZR1 a Mustang. Hey! Hey! Oh! Whoa! Hey! Is Brett's car 3-link or 4-link? 4-link. Come on, 3-link. Why would you build a tube chassis car and make it 3-link? It's a 4-link, bro. Love Brett's car, but that's a built race car with a Mustang body. There you go. And you also have a point. Wow, on Christmas Eve, the super top fuel funny car is a Toyota body with a Hemi engine. Oh, well, I'm going to do that. Oh, boy, I could make videos. John. Actually, John Force has a Camaro body, Phil Fez. I think John Force has a Camaro now. You know what? I think John Force has a Camaro and a Mustang record. World record. Actually, what is the quickest funny car in the world? Quickest funny car in the world. I can't spell. NHRA top 10 382. Someone went 380. Who the fuck went 380? Oh, here we go. Here's I think a Mustang versus a Camaro race. Wait. That is a Toyota Camry versus, what is that?
He is now 3.
What?
82-1, 330.
What is this? What the fuck is that? Is that a Supra? Hey guys, is this a Supra? Looks like this is the world's quickest Supra versus the world's fastest. I don't know what the fuck they are. Let me see. Let me see if any Mustangs are here. Let me see. Oh, look, 4 wide. Oh, bro, this is racing. You know, you gotta love America. Look at this. Fucking America. Look at that. Fuck me. 80 gallons of nitro collectively.
Not gonna be Hagen.
Whoa.
Not gonna be Caps.
Anyway. So we can talk that shit about what's the fastest record, blah, blah, blah. And these cars have bodies on them. I'm a Camaro guy, says Willem Tinsey, but I like how you did the Gen 1 series with dragging the gains with each mod. I think with the Coyote ZR1, racing content and track content can help your channel. Oh, okay, let me just get out there to the track. Not like I have a full-time fucking job. See, if all I did was YouTube, of course I'd be at the track all the time. If all I did was YouTube, of course all I'd be doing is working on the cars. But the channel has to earn like $300,000 to $500,000 a year for me to quit Lund Racing. And it's not doing that. So guess what? I have to work a full-time job. And just like if you're a carpenter, right? The last thing you want to do home is do carpenting shit if you've done carpenting all fucking morning. All day you were doing carpenter shit. You were building houses, framing, doing all this bullshit. You think you want to come home and start working on a project? The last thing I want to do after tuning all day is go out there and start tuning on cars and doing dumb shit. So the only time I have to do it is when I'm not doing the show, and that's usually Saturday morning. So what am I going to do? Get everything ready, get up to the track by myself, film. I don't have the time. This week I'm off. I installed the Driveshaft on the S197 yesterday. I installed the K member back on the Fairmont on Monday. I'm sorry, on Sunday night. So I already have that on video. And then I looked at the video. I said, this isn't enough for one video. So now tomorrow I'm going to draggy the Mustang with the aluminum drive shaft to see if I gained anything. And then I got the sway bar relocation brackets, and I'm going to try to install bigs and littles on it, tune it, and see if it gains anything. But I got to wait for lug nuts on Friday. I love how people think I have to get to the track and do constant incremental stuff. I have a full-time job. I have a full-time fucking job. And I have to have a life. Like, I have to, like, go shop and eat, take care of the dog, go to the gym. Like, I don't just sit there and work on cars all fucking day. That's crazy talk. What color is your Mustang? Is a Fox body with an LS a Mustang? Yes. That's like saying a NASCAR Fusion is the same as my daily. What about Fairmount? Take that, Elon Musk. 4 wide is about the noise going this year. I mean, it's here. But Alex, I bought my Supra because also has a Supra. Alex, I bought my Supra because he also has a Supra. Don't know what you're talking about. Someone said I was wrong. Force was with Ford for decades. It's just been almost a decade since he was with GM. Gotcha. Oh, man, this thing is starting to chop up. Here we go. Oh, come on, Alex. Relax. I don't know which car to get, a Gen 3 Coyote SF50 or Gen 4 S650. Gen 3! Fuck me! Why would you get a fucking Gen 4 you cannot tune? Why would you get a Gen 4? Tell me why you would get a Gen 4. I had a buddy of mine that asked me that exact same fucking question. And you know what pisses me off more than anything? Is when you ask me a question, I actually give you reasons as to what my answer is, and you go against it because you got better financing. Don't ask me then. Ask a banker. Hey, which one do I get a better rate on? Ask a fucking banker. Don't ask me. You want to go racing? You want to go fast today? You want to mod your car today and have it be supported by the latest and greatest tuning today? You don't even look at a Gen 4 fucking Coyote. Like, at all. It's not even close. I hate working on my cars after fixing cars for a living all day. You have a point. Exactly. Why the fuck do you think I'm going to just be at the track? Be at the track. Bro, I am so far from not being at the track. It's not even funny. And this week that I have off, all I'm doing is working on the cars. Like, I should clean the house once in a while. You know, still try to go to the gym. Bro, it is not easy to do. If I had nothing but YouTube stuff, I'd be giving you content every day. Dude, we love the content. Chill. I love that Gen 1 video. Sheesh. Yeah, but don't say, hey, we need more of this when you know it's a one-man show. Get a Gen 3 SF50 and have fun. It helped a lot. But Alex, stroke engaged. Valley 10 speed with the money. That's the best way to be on my good side. Just give me fucking money. Chase B says, at what point do I need to look at upgrading to adjustable coilovers and shocks? Gen 2 6R80, full bolt-on, E85, 5C converter with a trans brake. I think it's now if you go to the track. Tay speaks. I think it's now. If you go to the track and you're launching off a trans brake with a 5C converter, I think it's time to get some adjustable dampening control so you can dial in your launch. Cody Capel says, Alex flicks cap to wine and starts chugging. Bro, didn't listen to the entire conversation we just had. How many hours to install the drive shaft? We'll be installing one this weekend. Well, I had to change the yoke on the diff because the drive shaft that I had a different end on it. So I will show you the yoke right here. Let's see if I can find it. What the fuck? Do I not have the video, dude? Please don't tell me I deleted the video. If I delete the video, I'm going to go fucking ballistic if I deleted the video. There we go. Okay.
Alrighty. Got it all installed. It sucked.
Yep.
So this was something I had to buy.
Okay.
At Summit, I didn't like the fact that I could not put the dust shield on there.
So, come on, man.
There's a lip seal there, and it goes.
Alex, widen out the shot, idiot. I'm so stupid. That's the problem. Videoing, working. It's just a problem. It's a problem. Doing everything by myself is just ridiculous.
Alrighty, got it all installed. It sucked. So this was something I had to buy at Summit. I didn't like the fact that I could not put the dust shield on there. There's a lip seal there, and it goes into the lip seal nicely. But the problem is that the dust shield could not go over it. This dust shield goes over the other diameter. See, not over the lip seal diameter, over the other diameter, and you have to kind of press it on. So I kind of wish that they would incorporate that, but beggars can't be losers. But so next is some 60 to 130 test. Sorry, quarter mile testing. So we got
So there you go. That's. It's not like I did anything on my day off. I like how y'all just think I'm just sitting around doing nothing. Fuck, man. All I do is work. You have no idea. I wish you guys saw how much I work. It's like it's almost not worth it. It's almost like I should just like take a break. But no, I just have this thing inside me that I'm like, that I just need to go to work and get as much done because I think I have a limited amount of time to get stuff done while I'm still able to work on the cars because I am 46 years old. So eventually it's going to become a day where I'm like, I can't do this no more. Can I get a PMAS? I want the JLT. I want to trash the JLT on my car. Begelos, you're not going to see a gain in horsepower. You're going to see just a cleaner MAF signal. So I love you, but I just don't think it's going to be, that big of a difference. Okay. What kind of trivia should we do for the giveaway? I don't know. We should do a little trivia for the giveaway just to see what the hell is happening. Alex, you're killing it, bro. Thank you, D-Rock. Alex works harder than most of y'all who claim to work hard. How high of a converter would you go to do a daily single turbo? How high of a converter would you go? Not a daily. Single turbo, Gen 1, was thinking 42 to 4800. Call Circle D, tell them what you want. A 252 non-lockup is more than what you need. I think it's called a 4M is what on the Grey Goose. And I think it's a 252 non-lockup. I'll film you I'll film for you, Alex. We'll be best friends. No days off. No days off. Like when I'm not I did the Fairmont. The Fairmont took forever. Yeah, the Fairmont. I had to fucking,
I think that's the Coyote.
So I had to change a K member in the Fairmont, so that's what I did the other day. Put the Coyote K member back in it, and then I went and put the Speedway mock-up motor in there. And it looks a lot better than the motor plate shit, so I'll be giving away the motor plate one of these days. But yeah, it's not like, I didn't do nothing. I just hung out on my week off. I just sat here and stuck my thumb up my butt. Unreal. What do you think of the Holley intake manifold for Gen 3? It's fucking stupid. Get a Cobra Jet. It's crazy. Dante, no way you're 46. I thought you'd be 38 max. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't party. I don't do anything. I go to the gym every fucking day. I work all the fucking time. That's all I do is work. I don't know how I'm not like aging just because of the amount of work I'm doing. Interstellar trivia. Interesting. That's very good. I like Interstellar trivia. Okay, start looking up Interstellar trivia, guys. Interstellar trivia. Here we go. I'll look up some Interstellar trivia, ask you a question, and go from there. Oh, why do you make me... When websites have a pop-up that ask me to sign up for anything, I immediately leave that website. Parts companies, take note. Nobody wants to subscribe to your newsletter. You don't send out anything that's interesting. Unreal. Interstellar quiz. No, let's not do that because I already gave it up. There we go. Oh, come on. Can it just be a list of Interstellar trivia questions? So stupid. I just want to give out stupid cold air and be done with it. Let me read. Why do you give me multiple questions? Can you just please give me the questions and answers? And answers. So stupid. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'd rather just do it off of memory. I'd rather just do it off of memory, to be honest with you. This monitor just quit. Okay, I'm going to do it off of memory. Fuck it. Because I can't find trivia questions anywhere. So let me go off of memory. During the baseball game scene on Interstellar, what were they eating? that felt unnatural to one of the characters. What were they eating at the baseball game during the movie Interstellar? What were they eating? Go from there. And then I will prioritize the members always. Someone said Indian surveillance drone, who has the biggest black hole in industry. Nope. Oh my God. No, guys, you need to know exactly what they're eating. You're being too loose. No, there you go, Tony. Fucking Rad said corn. You need to be very specific. Popcorn. They're eating popcorn, and the guy's like, I want a hot dog. This feels unnatural. Eating popcorn at it's either peanuts or hot dogs or whatever, but it was popcorn, and the winner is Tony Kono. Amir Zahir would have been the winner as a member, but Tony Kono won, and he has a baseball thing going on his thing. So Tony Kono, you win something from PMAS. Tony, do you want something from PMAS? If not, I'll go to the next guy, who was Amir Zahir. I'm sorry, AMR. He is a member. So it was AMR who was second place. So Tony Kono, do you want something from... You were not Fox. You were not first, D-Rock Fox. D-Rock, you were not first. No, you weren't. I'm looking at... You said warp speed. You were not first. I'm looking at it right here, liar. Look, here. I asked the question here, and this guy said hot dog, corn, John Bailey, and then JD Swag, Glizzy Bussy, corn dogs. Tony Kono said popcorn. And then the next guy was AMR. He said popcorn. So it's him and him. So if Tony Kono wants something from... where is he? Let's go. Hey, good job. So Tony Kono, ydbtforlife@gmail.com, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Hit me up, and we're going to get you something from PMAS. Nick James at PMAS is nice enough to allow me to give something away every week till the end of the year, and then we'll reset everything in January, and we'll see what he wants to do and go from there. Isaiah No says, I actually needed it. Pass it on, brother. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Oh, pass it on. Okay. AMR, you win, apparently, because Tony doesn't want it. So AMR, Tony Kono nicely passed it over to you. You were the second guy. You are a member. So AMR, ydbtforlife@gmail.com, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I'm here to hear popcorn. You planted corn. So close. Liar. I just screenshot it. I'll send it to you. No, it doesn't matter what you see. It's what I see. Jesus Christ. Could you completely trash the Donut Media Gentle Coyote series the other day? They thought they really accomplished something. It was an abomination. All right, AMR, excellent. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. JD Swag actually put the link right there. So we talked about that a lot, and we got a lot of reaction, and a lot of people. Damn, my screen shows I was after Tony. Let me see. Pegalos. Tony, not a member. Okay, hold on. Tony, no, look at my screen. Just so you guys don't think I'm fucking with you guys. This is I can't change this. Tony, Joe Swish, AMR, FM, Rad Dad, D-Rock Fox. Again, D-Rock Fox, you were here. AMR was here. Tony Como was here. So Tony, AMR, then D-Rock. I don't care about your screenshot. I care about my screen. That's what I see. So I have to go by what I see. I don't know what yours says. So a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a decent amount of people kind of like, were like, hey, they like Donut Media. And you got it, AMR. Hit me up. We'll get you something from PMAS. A lot of people like Donut Media, and I like Donut Media. I think they're fine. But the problem is this, and you guys don't understand my end of things. You don't understand what I see. When we go back to work, this is what we're going to hear in the ticket system. I saw that Donut Media put nitrous on a car and went 10. Should I do the same thing? That's why I don't like people not knowing what the fuck they're talking about posting. Now, if you would have said, Lund Racing, we are planning to do a blah, blah, blah. And we want to, the problem is Lund Racing would have gone, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, 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 no. You need to do this, 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 and this, and this, and this. Now, what if Donut Media had set up people to give them free parts? I'm just speculating. What if Donut Media would have already had the nitrous kit? What if Donut Media already had the fenders and hood? What if Donut Media already had A, B, C, D, E? So they're going to put out there, they're going to put out the information based on what I think they can get. Now, if you want it to be credible, like for example, if I wanted to dodge, let's say I wanted to go 8s in a Hellcat. I'd talk to Dusterhoff. I'd talk to DBR. I'd talk to, what's his name? The other guy that tuned a GT350 miraculously the other day. Like the hardest platform on the planet. You just tuned it in one day? Okay, got it. Ripple tune. So I would talk to those three and say, okay, I need to know, obviously I'll pay you for your time and I'll buy the parts from you. I want to make this Hellcat go 8s. What do I need to do? And they're like, oh, rear end brace, you need a built trans, you need the 85, you need a cam. Okay, then I'm going to listen to them because they've tuned cars that have gone that number. So imagine I go to, an influencer. No offense. I go to Mod to Fame. And then I'm going to tell him to tell me what to do. And I'm going to go, wait a minute, why would I do that? I'd rather go to the people that tune it, that sell that part, that vet the combo. Drop in a like and I'll catch a replay later. Get the likes up. You know I'm never going to mention that shit here, right? Glass Roof? Like Glass Roof, I'm not going to that's persona non grata here. Alex, screen is accurate. There's a delay from when you post it and when Alex sees it. What cooling mod do you recommend for Gen 2 2.9 Whipple? Wow. Gen 2 2.9 Whipple? Bro, honestly, the problem with that blower, the front feed with the jack shaft, is the blower. Like the Gen 2 2.9 Whipple is junk. Gen 2 2.9 Whipple front feed. Yeah, these are trash. Can you make power? Sure. Look, you can make power with anything. You can make power with damn near anything. But this blower right here, this is now a relic because look, we are in like the digital age. This is an old blower now. It's a 2.9 Gen 2. Then they went to the Gen 3, which has looks like a TVS. Like this. That's the Gen 3, okay? Then they went to the Gen, I think 4, I think 3.0. Oopsie. I think it was 3.0 from here on out, or Gen 5, or they skip right to the Gen 5. Yeah, I think they went to this shit, and they went to the Gen 5, and now the Gen 6. So, the one you have is old, and it needs help. It needs intercooling help like a motherfucker. If you're boosting it at an aggressive pulley combo, and all you're doing is making heat, that tells you that the blower is just out of its efficiency range. Exactly. What you just said is why we spoiled with cars nowadays. You can pick any competent tuner and their platform, swipe a card, and run a number. Why are we talking about Donut Media again? The Donut Media is the only worth entertainment value. I saw that after watching two other videos. I agree. The problem is this, Matt Oliver, because the normies are going to hit us up in the ticket system and talk about that and mention it, and we have to deal with it. See, people don't understand. When you mention Mustang stuff and we think it's 100% bullshit and wrong, and then the Lund ticket gets flooded with stupid fucking questions like that, we're the ones that have to say, no, they're wrong, no, they're wrong, no, they're wrong. So then it becomes an internet fight. Well, Lund said no, and then they screenshot. You are a special type of cocksucker. If you ask Lund a question, then screenshot their answer and go to the internet and say, look at what he said. You are a special type of homosexual if you do that. You're asking the preeminent experts in the Coyote platform their opinion. They reply to you based on their knowledge and experience. And you screenshot it and put it on a fucking page that is full of retards that don't know shit and say, is this guy right? You're a special type of homo. And you know which word I actually want to use. You could have just mentioned Danny Glass Roof. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why he mentioned that guy. That tells you a lot about who follows who. Like, all you got to do is click on the people that are ops and see who follows them. And you're like, bro, you're a fan. Get out of here. D-Rock Fox says, EPA, I give the grant support up, even though I had an F-150 Coyote. Cool down, EPA, I'm not a douche. Whoa, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, shit. He retracted the thing. Imagine complaining about not winning a giveaway. I love the infighting in the Amri. Oh, shit. I definitely wouldn't bring up someone who swaps TSP Coyotes every round. Not to mention that since the donut video, people will believe that it's the ceiling for Coyotes. This is what you're going to hear. You're going to be on a forum one day, and you're going to be like, hey, guys, I want to buy a Gen 2 Mustang. Which one do you think I should buy? I'm thinking, based on Alex's show, that the Gen 2 Mustang is great. What do y'all think? And some guy's going to go, Donut only went 10s with a 250 shot. Those cars are junk. And then some guy that doesn't know shit is going to go, really? And then there's going to be some comments, yeah, man, really? Like, it only went 10s. My buddy with a 200 shot on an LS3 Camaro went 9.9. Yeah, I remember back in my day, we used to go 9s with a 200 shot, no problem. Yeah, remember we used to hang out at the Kmart parking lot and jack each other off behind the fucking trash? Yeah, man, that was crazy. You had crazy loads, tons of rope. Yeah, good times. All right, man, talk to you later. Cool, sick. The sub-comments are that gay. Screenshotting and asking for advice after an answer is stupid as hell. Alex wanted us to use John Lund's special word. Oh. Only he could get away with that. I can't get away with that. The definition of that is an asshole. They're going to say Lund is shit because donut is wrong. Checking late with my bucket of KFC. They must ride scooters. What up, bitch? It's been a while. How's the ZR1 Coyote swap? Oh, okay. Oh, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Who watched the Street Alpha podcast with the Beamer guy from PR? No. He talked about, I saw a clip. I just saw a clip where he's talking about like, hey, if you come here to get a motor done, go pick up your car. Like, we're going to take the motor out. Go pick up your car. We'll fix the motor up. And then when we're ready for you, we'll put the motor back in. And I'm like, he's not wrong. At that point, why not just bring him the motor? Dude, the Lund website is confusing. Maybe I'm just slow, but I got it. Lots of rope. I don't fuck with the ops. I just go off the top thinking NA cars. It's kind of fucked up to assume. It's kind of right to assume. The TSP Coyote is so impressive. Even they were left speechless. Hey, what's wrong with it? Tell me what's about the Coyote. Hold on. I shot a big launcher. I just went to the... What's that nasty buffet? What's the nasty buffet? What's that nasty buffet? Starts with a C. Corral. Golden Corral. I just got back from Golden Corral. I just loaded up on their pizza and their wings. So it's got 4 valves cylinder. You got? Can I get that Diet Coke? Yep. So it's got a. What was the question? Do you recall what seat you had in your black S197? Oh, I had junk ass NRGs. Then I put stockers in there. Good evening, everyone, and Merry Christmas. This is Jared Wells. Would K-Series beat any of the Gen 1 Boss and Gen 2? Don't know what the fuck you're talking. Oh, the cylinder head? Yeah, I think the K-Series would beat up on a Boss or a Gen 1 head. I don't know about a Gen 2 head, though. Golden Corral, Golden Corral, Golden Corral. It's got lash, feces, pizza, every buffet. Wow, my grandma loves Golden Corral, says Isaiah. No, I'll have you know, Golden Corral bread pudding is amazing. Dag grandma. Heart attack incoming. So I didn't know what Golden Corral was, right? So when I lived, where was it? Is it still there? Let me see. Golden Corral, Indian Orchard, Massachusetts. Here it is. Wow. So I lived in Indian Orchard, Massachusetts for a little while. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Okay. Yeah. I could not have done it any better. This is where I grew up. And yeah, yep. He's like, yeah, that mobility scooter's looking pretty good. Let me just have a little backwoods right before I get in there and slam that pizza. Backwoods and slam that pizza. Just go in there. Look at that shit. Oh, fuck, bro. Like, America. Fuck yeah. Coming through to save the motherfucking day. Yeah, America. Fuck yeah. Freedom is the only way. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, that was pretty perfect right there. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with me on a Christmas Eve. We had a little fun, talked a little bit about the Corvette ZR1 running a 9-second quarter mile on unprepped roads on pump gas. I don't give a fuck what you say. That is fantastic. We'll see if it runs a good Nürburgring time, but I don't care. The fact that it runs a 9-second quarter mile on pump gas on the street can keep up with a plaid per se. Out mile an hour is a plaid, 150 plus. That is pretty damn impressive in my book. So with modifications and tuning in the future, I think that thing is going to be a ridiculously stout vehicle, but you're going to pay $200,000 plus for it. So it's unattainable for us normies. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll be back on Thursday, YDBT Daily. Hang out then for a little bit and see what happened after Christmas, what you got for Christmas. I didn't get shit. No one gives me shit. It's a kid's holiday. But, you know, if I was to get something, that'd be nice. You know, un poquito chonchon would be nice, you know, once in a while. Un poquito toto. But, you know, women ain't giving that up anymore unless you take them to $250 dinners. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Thursday for YDBT Daily. See you later. Bye.